Hey, forensic there. Now, listen, I shouldn't do this, but there was this two visions before I went to bed yesterday, and after my long day, and I was not tired, but since I was waiting for I was running out of funds, and I'm not complaining. That's not being a man. But I made a miscalcul. I thought my check will come up like Friday, because I thought, but it's Monday, so it's a bit late on this dream. I had to go and work around town. So the first dream, the first vision I had yesterday, I was left and come from my right, well, more in front of me, like 12 o'clock or something, comes from this little Jesus that I thought, hey, I thought it was Jesus, and he has a globe, like I believe the Jesus, the Holy Infant of Prague. He's holding this globe and a staff, I think, on his left, and a globe. But then he gives me this, after that, the staff goes away, kind of. He has this globe, he gives it to me. Anyways, the important part is that he's giving it to me in my hands, both hands. I take it, that's the world. And then he turns back, he walks back from where he was that point. But then he turns back, he comes, and he grabs it. Oh yeah, and when I thought this Jesus and everything, it was like, I told myself, even in the vision, half black, half white, and the more I looked at it, I thought, oh, it's Jesus. Then, I knew the Infant of Prague comes, gives me this globe, sorry to repeat, goes back. But then, as soon as he went back from this point, where he first appeared and give it to me, go back, he comes back again, and he takes it from my hands without, I couldn't say yes or no, kind of, takes it, and he walks back again to his point. Now that's the second time. But as soon as he arrived there, he smashed it on the floor. Still a kid. And he turns back, he walks again, but then there's a woman there. Kind of a white woman, something in robe. I guess his mom did a movie yesterday, talking about the young man, his future life maybe. That woman grabs that kid on the side, like when you would grab a little child from one end, like under your arm, and she spins, and she spins around. And I know this was not a good vision. For me, it's Mountbatten, Antichrist looking like Christ, and unfortunately a big stranger, and okay, and second one, I don't feel too good right now, but I need to do this second one. Talk a lot to vouch for dad a little bit and stuff. So I go after this. After this, I lay. I was still late, but I think before I fell asleep, I heard a pop on my lap. And at this moment, a process. I'm like, oh, another coup with the left that I published. And then, I'm like, well, no, that was more. It's not a rifle on my left. That 11, 12 o'clock was more like a balloon. And I'm thinking, another vision that I published about Kamala, and I'm saying, well, that's good. And a bubble that bursts out. And I'm taking it as a good sign, and I'm very proud almost of myself, to not say proud. And I go back to bed. I was rejuvenated, but I had didn't have a dollar there, a dollar there. I couldn't go and take a coffee, so I was running out. I miscalculated. Took 3 coffee when I could have taken 1.5, if that's possible, yesterday. But and on the last days, like I said, I thought so. I'm like, well, what can I do? You cannot go far without money. You cannot go in some place a couple hours. So after a long day of doing my stuff online, I decided to rest. And sometimes when you could have rest, but you keep going and you're not tired and you force yourself to sleep, I remember it's like getting cold to hot. It happened to me. You fell asleep and you're like, so no money, well, I don't complain at all. And then I think even the worst part is that I had a dream. I woke up, I remember it, I processed, almost completely forgot. And by the way, that makes me think, like yesterday I wanted to say that I forgot the dream, that when I went to this shoplifting dream I had with the 9, and then supermarket with Filipinos, 11:49 the time, and that second supermarket, like, it's a gases, and we know under that there is a bit, and this supermarket, sorry, too much slip there. The walls in that supermarket, or that, I forgot to say, they were a bit graffiti. They were a bit graffiti, like not graffitis but marks. 2 days later, this young kid, Kyle written defends himself. It's in court process. I already thought from what I saw, but I'm not doing the investigation, so I'm not going to talk on a little video that I saw or 2 videos that I saw. To me, he looks like he's waiting the last time and he's been jumped. And just the third guy, you've seen it, he's not, he's waiting the last second. Third guy looks like he's out of ammunition after his stadium comes back. I already talked about this in some tweets, so I'm not gonna do it, but I just wanted to say I forgot to mention that, and now we've seen that his name, it did happen a day later. No. So the dream that I had, I'm gonna go to this crying room on the side. So this dream that I had is a couple of days ago, where I camped up the river. There's 2 Indians there, so I see those 2 Indians in the bedroom. And they tell me to not charge there, but there. That wall was west, and they point to me to my left. I guess it's south. And I looked over, but I don't get it. I don't move, so they tell me charge there, and I look. There's only a bed there. I recognize Montreal bedroom that I was, so I looked, and there's one plug there. So you could look, and I'm shown just behind the desk, like a mount, I guess. And after this, I got up from north, and as I go, I'm in this hallway, but it's outside for a second, and I see a woman that complained. And maybe in YouTube before, there was a woman calling, somebody makes hole in the wall, and somebody's bad, and he said, I wanted to see if there's a hole. And I told about this, but there's a woman, a bit chubby, I don't know, not chubby, 30, 40, And she stops. I see her on the left. And she stops there, but suddenly she was from the house I was going, though I'm in a hallway. All this at the same time. And I go, she doesn't see me, kind of. And she stops. I see her outside stopping in the first place. And I'm thinking, how can she afford all these two places? If she lives in the same rooming house and she complain about me, like one rooming house would complain to the other person, to the landlord, to trying to get her name stained or his name stained. And now she's stopping in that first house on the left, especially. And I continue like she didn't see me. I saw her from the corner of my eye, kind of. Now I'm very much in the hallway now. Same thing. I was outside, but I keep going. So before I knew, now I'm in the hallway, and my walk never stopped. So now I'm in the hallway, and at the end there's a room right in front of me, not left, not right, in the middle. And I felt this whole time that I was going, this whole dream, that room, when I saw it, the clothes, I felt that I wanted to go to the washroom like a morning urinate or something. I don't know, but I'll keep to the dream. I wanted to go to the washroom, and this whole time dream, that door, the person that was there was still there. And I'm almost tempted to open, like, so I go there, and when you feel there's somebody in the washroom, was not the same, but when I looked, it was closed, but I knew it was not locked, it was open, you know. So I come close, I open it, I go, it's open a little bit, about 12-inch, I don't know. And I see through the mirror on my left, and she's standing right behind the door naked. And she is not mad, she's standing naked, and she's fat and white, and she's oh, sorry, or whatever. Close the door, and I'm looking on my right, and she opens it back like a reaction. She opens it back. I'm thinking, oh, she's interested or something. You know what I mean? The rooming house. She opens it back, and she says, "What do you want?" And I'm doing one step with my left foot or something, and then she opens it, you know. So I get in, start kissing, fondling a little bit with the hands up here, and I'm thinking, how come she didn't touch my bulge? You know, I'm high now. Up there it's big. I got jeans. I never wear jeans a long time, so how come she's not? By the way, yesterday in the coffee shop, there was a big fat woman wearing jeans, and I suspected her being a force. I haven't said it loud, you know, for XY reason I had, even a guy between this. I just felt it. I went out and she gave a smile, you know, face was all excellent but fat. I said, there's not, I said to her, there's not, you know, I had the same feeling when I called the FBI about the Duluth murder. And then same spot I was going, library, suddenly this big woman always, she was looking, though typing there, she was looking behind me, like always with her big eye. I even put the donut chocolate I had from Salvation Army as a joke next to her, and she was, you know, I couldn't carry, could have taken that. Anyways, if that's the case, and I'm not paranoid, I was born famous, die unknown, maybe I was joking. What I mean is, I'm not dead, I'll never die, go to the Father. This is what I mean is that I'm not paranoid. I live there. You know what, that bullshit that from his asshole daddy said paranoia critique, in my 20s, I don't know if I read the book. What I mean is, if I could find it or not, is that I always knew that I'm gonna be on the spotlight since day one. Did I abuse or not? Injustice was pissing me off. Yes, battles, like God said. But let's go back to the guy with the shoe, like somebody said. Let's go back to the dream. And after the kissing, well, how come she doesn't touch? And then she did touch with her left hand, probably. But then she pushes me out. I'm thinking, why? She says 2 meters. And I said, why? She said, like, coronavirus. Because of the coronavirus. I don't understand now why. And I just want to tell you something. Whatever this is in the future, and what's going on behind the scene, behind this video, with the CIA or not. What I wanted to tell you and my charging to pro, whatever. I won't speak about this. Believe it or not, I tried to find out where I could tent my blue tent, like this blue thing, where I could put my tent because you could see it through the river. And one time, two Indian came this week, about 2 3 days ago, put that sense right in front, not the other reef, a little thing, half a reef between two, and I was right in front. I'm seeing this more. I said, guys, I got my God, why are you doing this? And they said nothing. They moved to the beach that was there and the other side. Say right in front, like half in middle of the river, but there was like this little, how do you call this? That is not in the water, it's just a little thing. So they walk in the water to the reef in between and right in front. And I said, a mile and a half away. I said, no, you doing this? And they laughed. And so those two, and then probably where God was telling me to charge the other place. The person that complained, maybe in the past, like I said, but again, a woman that you could see there's buildings across there that I never went. So I'm thinking maybe I should change my tent, for my own sake, being charged. So I'm looking, I'm moving the tent back that I push down the stuff, but maybe there's like hornets and hands around, like God showed it to me. And I'm walking back, I'm exploring. I'm exploring the other reef with a shirt because there's like people living there, and I'm passing, and it's there's a park, and it's people who live there's farther than I thought, and but it's the back of their house. So I'm thinking, okay, somebody complained there, and I'm not joking. After all I'm done, paranoid, I don't think so because I'm not scared. God protects me until whatever. I come out of the woods like normal, and I'm exploring. And by the way, it goes, I didn't know was you. Some place when I came back in Toronto, Jennifer Doulos, I said, "Oh, her body in the mountain, trying to move, maybe or not." A year before that, they found the third guy that I put my dream. There's a third guy, the neighbor. So it goes around. So I come back. Anyways, I shouldn't have mentioned that for nothing. Come out of the thing. There's a Chinese woman, red hair, and she's facing the bridge, and she's facing a place, and I'm coming out, and she's not in the band. She's in front of it, 3 meters, doing nothing. And then she's like, and she looks in the forest where I was, but actually I'm trying to go this way, and she's trying to go this way. I changed my mind. I go this way where she was first looking, and now she's stopping and looking behind. She's looking in the forest. I come back. I say, what are you looking for? Nothing, nothing. Hey, like, I mean, if you're gonna lie to me, unlike me, I like, like the first kid in a primary school, nothing, nothing. So I'm like, okay. So I'm watching. She's very short, glasses, and guess what? I'm walking, and now it does a U where I knew exploring. Let's say my tent is there, and there's another bridge farther, this bridge, and she's there. And there's a shortcut in the grass there, and the shortcut, and she's coming there. First she hesitates there, she's waiting there, and the white man comes, and with sun, but hold all white hair, looks like a taupe, a mole. I was saying, am I attracting this or it's just my imagine? No, I didn't even think about this, but am I attracting this? I wanted to say imagination, but not. It's like somebody that would do drugs and then, oh, he attracts, but he miscalculate. No, I don't do drugs. I don't even smoke cigarettes. Even when I did the first turn, and I remember Jennifer Doulos, I didn't mention I saw a Destiny bottle with a hole in it, like an eye. I don't smoke, and the rain might have, because it was just mid dirty, close to my tent. And when I researched this story, I see a guy with a Dasani bottle. Actually, I took it. I don't smoke. I put it first time. I didn't touch the other stuff that I saw around that suddenly appearing, but this one I took it. There's a bit of water in it. Go figure. To go back to that woman, she passed something. I should have taken a clearer view to make sure, like some agents will do, but she does this pass of this guy close. At certain time, I'm even thinking, Maybe this guy is Asian actually and comes back to see his husband. She was waiting. And I'm thinking, she comes back. I'm going to wait. But not too much. I don't want to scare her. She's still a woman, in her 40s. And guess what? She says, and she turns again when the guy comes. And I see hands close by like she's passing something. There's a quick exchange words. And she turns and take another road. Come on, man. At this point, I'm taking back the shortcut. This old man comes. He's looking at me, stopping in the bridge where that woman came. Maybe she was waiting for him in the bridge. I'm saying, why the bridge? Well, when the bridge, you can come back and go back from the point. Maybe that's when they do the passes. We know there's infiltrators here. Actually, when there was this thing over there, I even said, "Lal, where is this congregation of small dicks?" And I have nothing against small dicks. There's always a woman for your size. But these traitors, the guy like he would be frustrated, and instead of finding the woman, go like this and traits because he didn't walk straight. When you walk straight, God gives you what you want. He comes back and I'm saying, okay, what I'm gonna do? Don't ask for your wallet, so I'm asking for my keys. You see any keys? And he's like looking at the bridge that side. He doesn't even want to look at me. I'm coming forward, sorry. He's like, no. And he's looking at me. I'm looking at his face close. He has a mole here on this left. Man, on this left. I know it can be fake moles, but he has a big mole there. That's the first thing that comes. And I'm looking and he's scruffy. You want to almost saying shave, but just a little bit there and there. And when he sees, suddenly he looks at me, and he sees that the first thing when he turns that I'm seeing the scruffy. I feel like he's doing a little smile that got into him, like I got you distracted, but he didn't pass through my skin because I'm not judging people. I'm taking the information, and then I don't want the bad for anybody, but if you're against the freedom of religion, yeah, sure, I'll fight for that. And otherwise, nobody's safe. So, whether you're gay or not, whatever I have your same view, I might preach something else, but I'll give you the choice. And if I preach, I'll move around like Jesus did. I'm not gonna force you, you know? God doesn't force. So, after this, then that's what the Communist Party forces you. And I even tell the woman when she went, like communist, I heard no, but after still walking a few steps, I finally said it. And I'm not saying that they were there suddenly for me. I'm just saying maybe now I'm starting to interest and it comes in your face. You know how it is. You know, you miss money. Suddenly, yesterday, no money ran out. I swear to God, morning, like $20 on the floor. I didn't find $20 when I have 100. I'm sure that didn't just happen to me. I actually said, well, maybe I hope the guy that lost it doesn't, can afford it. And I know God takes care, you know. He won't take to somebody that doesn't have it. And the guy come back again after. I told him, so will be what I said, like something, and we could use a guy like you or some information, some, just in case. You don't didn't find my key, and I felt like he was processing. He was processing. He didn't want to look at me. There are traders of Chinese government here, and they are traders. There are guys with bellies and little dicks or whatever is their whatever it is. The guy had a small nose, small, traders, man, traders. I mean, the woman looked twice too. To even where's the? I said, well, what? Are you? Nothing, nothing. I said, I just pissed, and I'm like, that's not enough. I said, I just took a dump, like, and I started swearing, and then the guy, the key. I'm not stupid. When a family came after, did you see a wallet or what did I ask? But I'm not an actor. Well, don't think like I'm stupid. And I'm not forcing. Matter of fact, a couple of days ago, God told me, He didn't told me to take it easy. He told me that it's not your time to fight evil or religion. But I stopped pushing a little bit. But you know, what am I doing? God knows if the world will go worst. I hope not. But that's it. I spoke about the guy graffiti that I missed, two visions, dream, maybe like a vacation. I could, but did not process. It's like a money. It's like a couple of months ago. Anyways, now I think could continue, but I needed money. It was flu. Well, I'm kind of okay now. It's not like I have a dream of pick two and I'm walking to a concessionaire parking and the guy puts an ad like I've seen for two pick. It was a biofocus, get two free t-shirts. That will work anyways, eh? I gotta find exactly where I need to charge. It works all the time when God speaks. There. When they say story repeat itself, there's more than that. It's just your life almost. But, uh, you know, what do I want? I don't want to see a naked woman. Like, what do I want? Like, well, first I would like my health back, man. This operation says it's the nerve, facial. It took too long time to come back. Could have seek again because first time he said nobody's gonna do it free. I return, he only work half. I'm pretty sure if I come, I could have had this money lately, but I was into the finance that I thought, first dream 10 grand is gonna be worth more. I didn't follow God. That will be the thing because after that, whatever I do, it's gonna be 60 times better. And then whatever God wants. Obviously, I want to fight the bad things, especially in the and for kids, not having kids. I want to fight for the justice of kids. I want to clear people. I want to bring people whatever they did to God, and if they don't listen after a warning, um, arrest them. Because what we're gonna do? Like, I guess I read, and this corruption that is affecting everybody, their skin, their bodies, everybody when they grow up. This little kid that smashed the world like Mumbai, like a little kid that, oh no, I don't want this, I want this, I don't like this game no more. I want another one. I smash it, and well, mother's like, oh, don't worry. And that's not somebody that is really for everybody. Look, Jesus was poor. I was poor. You need somebody that comes from poverty and don't care about money, the corruption. It's not corrupt, no sex, no nothing. Have the guy is rich and he has this feeling, I don't like this game. Trump is something else, You know, Bravo family, whatever. Now he has his family. He has grew up. Whatever he did, whatever assimilation, uh, he has grew up and he sees that even not only his money is going down because We got traitors on the left opening all the things for the enemy of freedom. And they're so blind and so drugged and so party. I already made a video about this, that they don't even see that it's past 11 o'clock. The enemy's at the door already. He has the fires now. A couple days ago, I didn't share. No coronavirus, but gloves. I visit my biological, some family member, and give me a lot of gloves I didn't ask. And I don't wear gloves, and I barely mask, and to not offend people. And I see a Chinaman like a flash vision or something, and he puts these, like vessel, not laundry gloves, when you do the dishes. These are the best. Yeah, like yellow Chinese. I'm telling you, man, that means that they're fabricating. That was a couple of days. Uh, they have this driving, not by religion, by atheistic, to rule. That's their driving. Russia communist at least was Christian. It can stop. But when you don't believe, you're atheistic. That's you believe. How much anger is in there? You know, it's like faith. It's a form of a bad ruling, bad right, but it's not even right. It's, we'll call it the bottom. Fascist, communist, and what else? What was the other one? I don't know what is socialism. It's the same shit, like communist. And very, very, very dangerous. Nazis, these kind of stuff. The right is more right now like Trump. Business can be good or bad, at least. You can choose your religion. And you'll have eventually to give back to the communities, billionaire. And monarchy, which was the best. Uh, then monarchy, sometimes somebody gets corrupt or not, but God, like all the other lives, always has the last say. And even in the monarchy, when somebody, the Senate back then in Rome, when it was two and off, it was like, well, this guy's giving us a bad name. Or like Calvin Caligula or some other people, Well, and I believe when everybody accepts, sometimes God can, you know, strike more when everybody's expecting like a monarchy badge. Okay, it's time to go.